Are you an artist who just got signed to a record label or is planning to get signed to a record label in future? This is how to make sure that your project released under the agreement is not shelved by your record label. Hello guys, it's me again, Janet Oduye, your favorite music lawyer and music publisher. Here in my mini series, I talk about entertainment law, music publishing, and the music business. So today I'm going to be talking about a particular clause that you as an artist should make sure to be in your recording deal agreement. If you want to sign a multiple right 360, a traditional deal or development deal or whatever master's licensing deal, what is that particular clause that you need to make sure it's inside that agreement before you sign, so you don't get shelved or forgotten? So I know you guys have seen the momentum around an artist being signed to a record label. Everybody's looking forward to that artist releasing music. That artist seems promising. They are going to like release so many hits. They might even want to contend with the big three in future. Then after the whole promotion or the marketing around the artist being signed to their record label, all of a sudden we hear silence. The issue is that that artist might have been shelved by the record label, and I'm going to be explaining how that happens and how you can prevent that. So as an artist, you need to understand that when you sign with a record label, the record label will give you some minimum commitment, delivery requirements, where you are supposed to like record and release. Although the record label will release whatever you record, you expect to record a particular number of masters. It could be 2 EPs and 1 album. It could be standalone singles and all of that. The most important thing is that every recording agreement always has a minimum commitment or requirement or recording requirements that you have to fulfill in that agreement. So there is always a test by the record label on how satisfactory whatever records or whatever masters you recorded under agreement meets their own standard. So in your agreement, it could state that the record or the masters is being accepted if it has fulfilled the satisfactory requirements that the record label has set. And that requirement could be either commercial or it could be technical. So is a mixing and mastering good? Did the sound engineer do a good work? Is the lyrics okay? Is the melody, is a bit catchy enough? So these are the things that the record label would look at when they judge or when they inform you that this record is accepted. So basically, let me just explain in layman's terms. They ask you to release 1 EP, 1 album, and all of that, and your first project is an EP. So you go to the studio, obviously, with your A&R and your team. You guys record songs, so maybe like 10 songs, and you want to release an EP and all of that. And so the A&R, they try to like put everything together and send this recorded songs to the record label. So the record label would do their jobs of trying to like guide or gauge on whether this masters you've recorded has satisfied their requirements or standard of being commercially and technically okay for release. So when they accepted that, okay, yes, we accept this master is good enough for us to proceed with exploiting and commercializing it. When the record label accepts the masters, then we now have to start waiting for release, marketing, promotion, trying to do a rollout on releasing that EP. So that's the issue. There are certain instances whereby even though that's records have been accepted, the record label may not just won't release those records because for whatever reasons and all of that. And that is where your career as an artist is very, very shaky, because if you already built a momentum about being signed to a record label, and all of a sudden your fans hear silence, they move on because the music industry moves really fast. Everybody is clinging to the like next top artist or the next growing or the next rated artist and all that. There is silence, and because you are bound to that agreement, you are not able to leave, or you are not able to like force the hand of that record label to release the record. So you need to like speak to your lawyer or anybody trying to like negotiate the agreement. So that is why I don't usually advise using the record label's lawyer as your own personal lawyer, because I don't think the record labels will be able to fight for you the way your own personal lawyer will fight for you. So you need to speak to your lawyer and be like, oh, da 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 da. After the records are accepted by the record label, so I want you to put a clause whereby I'm giving the record label a number of time, maybe a duration of time, maybe 90 days, maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months, where they are expected to release that satisfactory masters. And if they don't release that masters within that period that is stated in the agreement, I have every right to leave, to terminate, and to get the recorded masters back. So that is how release commitments work. Release commitment is just basically a time or a duration of time where a record label was accepted, masters recorded by the artist signed to them, is expected to release that record and expect it, because if there is no provision for that, it's very likely that the artist's career will come to a standstill, or the artist project will be shelved. As artists, always make sure to carry along a lawyer. Don't sign any record deals. Um, so men don't sign any record deals blindly because of whatever advance is being shown at you, especially when the advance won't be paid into your account. So what's the point? Always involve a music lawyer when you are signing certain record deals, so your career as an artist does not come to an halt. Your mates are already moving forward, they're already going on tours, they release their first album, their second album, they're going on tours, they're getting more fans, they're getting more opportunities. You're just there with your record label because you cannot force your record label to release the projects that they've required you to record and all that. So thank you guys. These are the ways you can support me. Kindly follow me on LinkedIn, Janet Odunye. Follow me on Instagram, Janet_Odunye. Kindly visit my YouTube channel, Janet Odunye. Like, comment, subscribe, and watch more videos on my YouTube channel. Till I see you guys next time again. Bye guys.